A top U.S. Navy admiral has announced the re-establishment of the U.S. Second Fleet, a Cold War command disbanded in 2011, to patrol the North Atlantic and face a resurgent threat from Russia. The Chief of U.S. Naval Operations, Admiral John Richardson, made the announcement during a change of command ceremony on Friday in the naval port of Norfolk, Virginia. Our national defense strategy makes clear that we are back in an era of great power competition as the security environment continues to grow more challenging and complex, Richardson said, according to a U.S. Navy statement. That's why today, we are standing up Second Fleet to address these changes, particularly in the North Atlantic. The Second Fleet Command was disbanded as a cost-saving step in 2011, and its assets and personnel dispersed within the Navy. The new command will be responsible for U.S. naval forces along the U.S. East Coast as well as the North Atlantic region, a statement said. Before it was disbanded, the Second Fleet played a key role during the Cold War years, with operations in the North Atlantic and supporting U.S. naval forces in the Mediterranean. Russian planes and ships have in recent months made multiple incursions in the North Atlantic close to the airspace and territorial waters of U.S. NATO allies, including Britain. NATO naval officials late last year also reported Russian submarines probing undersea data cables in the North Atlantic. The Second Fleet Command currently exists only on paper, but according to USNI News, a publication of the U.S. Naval Institute, the command is scheduled to open for business on July 1 with 11 officers and 4 enlisted personnel. The command will eventually grow to 256 personnel, 85 officers, 164 enlisted and 7 civilians, USNI reported, citing a memo signed earlier in the week by U.S. Secretary of the Navy Richard Spencer. The decision to reactivate the Second Fleet followed increasing threats in the Atlantic from Russia. Officials familiar with the decision told USNI News. U.S. Secretary of Defense James Mattis in January said the U.S. is facing growing threats from China and Russia, and warned that the U.S. military's advantages have eroded in recent years. We face growing threats from revisionist powers as different as China and Russia, nations that seek to create a world consistent with their authoritarian models, Mattis said as he unveiled the Pentagon's latest national defense strategy. Our military is still strong, yet our competitive edge has eroded in every domain of warfare, he added.